What up, peeps? Dr. T here. Chiropractic. Driving home, I just saw, I don't know, maybe 60 patients today, something like that. Maybe it was 50, I don't know. Could have been just 40. Anyway, that's not important. We're doing this video talking about the octopus. And it's not just a sea creature. It's a misnomer for the occiput. The occipital lobe of your skull and your brain. Very important visual center. It's in the back, right at the base of your skull, and right near your cerebellum, the balance center and coordination center. So when we as chiropractors adjust the occiput, we see amazing results, assuming it's stuck. So typically when the occiput is not moving and the joint is not gliding through a full range of motion, inflammation builds up, the nerves get affected. We call it subluxation, which is impaired function, pain, numbness, tingling, pinched nerve. Pinched nerve. You get a pinched nerve, a little pressure on the nerve, you're gonna have major problems, especially when it's up near the brainstem, right? Mainly what we're working on is the fight or flight, the sympathetic dominance versus the parasympathetic dominance, the calm relaxation mode of the brain, the autonomic nervous system versus the fight or flight, the excitatory response, the adrenaline. So we affect the endocrine system. People come in, they're taking hormones, estrogens, testosterones, all kinds of progesterones and whatnot, trying to artificially manipulate and balance their system. And it's like, well, why does the system not regulate itself? Well, that's a good question. We don't know. It's hard to find the answer, right? Well, could be subluxation. Look to the spine for answers, right? If the spine's not moving right, you're gonna have problems. So let's, it's like a car. If the engine's not working right, you ain't going nowhere. You know what I mean? Troubleshooting. So there's a great doctor out there, a coach, Tim Young, a great chiropractor, sees, I don't know, easily 100 a day or more. He inspires other chiropractors and trains them to have the skills to adjust fast and get it done right and good and fast. And he talks about occiput, adjusting occiput. Okay, also first ribs go with occiput, and it's all about the stress. So you see doctors out there doing the Y-strap pull, you see doing the ring dinger, controversial move. Some doctors say it's controversial. Doctor I work with, he doesn't like it. He doesn't want me doing it in general. But, there's one patient who was a huge wrestler, sumo, big, huge ball of muscle, and we can't hardly move anything on the guy. And then, you do a ring dinger and his whole system just relaxes like that. And, another guy, a construction worker, man, he comes in stinky, totally covered from head to toe in sweat. All right, feet stinking. I mean, the guy's working hard. I'm not sure exactly what he's doing every day, probably varies, but he could definitely compete for, he who works the hardest. All right, so we did a couple ring dingers on him. Boom, today clear. Very rare that I see a patient come in and have zero subluxations, right? So, I mean, I could have probably found some joints to adjust and pop and click if I wanted to, pretend like I was clearing his system. But this guy comes in 4 or 5 days a week, 3 times a week at least. Let's say 3 times a week. So it's an ample amount, to overcome the stressors of his life. I don't think he's too emotionally strained by the work, right? Like, he doesn't have that mentality where he hates his job or his life. He came in today just smiling, and, he had a lot of lactic acid. I could tell he's out there working hard. His muscles were stiff, but I stretched him out a little bit, and when I mopaled his entire spine, it was all moving pretty good. Now, that's only one method, right? And then I did a Deerfield leg check as a second double check, and he was clear with Deerfield and Mopal, right? Static pal, Mopal clear, leg check clear. You're clear. The guy's smiling, full of energy, no pain, no dysfunction. Very rare that we see people like that, okay? And he seemed pretty calm and relaxed, so I didn't adjust him. I can't remember if or when that ever happened to me before. I've seen it once before. It's never happened to me before. That's, I guess, why I'm making this video, all right? And So it feels like the title's about to emerge. Clear, something about clear, going clear. How about that for you Scientologists? We'll talk about going clear. All right, I like it. That's a good title. All right, so that's your goal. That's your objective, to be subluxation free. When you come to me, you go to your chiropractor, make sure they check your occiput. If you're getting headaches, you're not sleeping, anxiety, who doesn't have anxiety? ADHD, I mean, that's not the only subluxation that causes anxiety, but if you're anxious long enough, your occiput's going to start getting stuck too. It tends to be cerebral types, right? Thinkers, smart people, high IQs, problem solvers, people who maybe aren't even that high IQ, but they want to solve it. Mentally, they think they can figure it out. And maybe they don't have all the information they need to figure it out. They're just spinning their wheels. Sometimes there's more than one answer, but, you get trapped in your thoughts, okay? We're thinking loops. We run it in loops, psychological loops. We keep having the same thoughts. We go down the same, rabbit hole or progression, sequelae of events, and come to the end, only to start over at the beginning again. No bueno, all right? If that's what's happening to you, you feel ADHD, you can't focus, feeling anxious, can't sleep too good, you're probably not healing so good, all right? So get into your chiropractor. We hit that switch. Boom, lights out, lights on, ADO, ADIO, above, down, inside out, right? So that's what I was thinking when I wanted to make this video, is the connection to God, all right, to the universe, right? So that's chiropractic. You remove the subluxations from your nervous system, and you can receive input, you can see better, hear better, right? Think better, just experience the world better. It's like getting a tune-up on your car, you're getting better gas mileage, all right? And, why does occiput work so much, right? Physically, we talked about the nerves, the brain center, all that, but also metaphorically, right, and philosophically, which is the hierarchy of healing, right? You get into the mental plane, and the spiritual plane are the highest planes of healing. The physical plane is the lowest of the three, of the triune. And so the least effective with the shortest lasting effect, as opposed to a spiritual transformation should last longer and happen faster. All right, so there's a spiritual element to the adjustment, right? Some of them are spiritual, sometimes they're life-changing. The occiput's a life-changing adjustment. They talk about the white light adjustment. That's the one, all right, because it's reconnecting your crown chakra. It's opening your crown chakra, to God, to the universe, right? And you chakra people know what I'm talking about, all right? I'm getting a little wooey-woo, hokey-wokey, but that's it. That's making the connection. That's breaking the connection. Bottom line, patients come in, they get adjusted. Even Atlas, a lot of chiropractors are adjusting Atlas. Most of them are. And they can adjust Atlas daily, and people still get headaches, a little vertigo, whatever. Until they free up the occiput the way it sits on the Atlas. And then finally the headaches go away. Finally the anxiety and the sleep and the blood pressure and the whole vagal tone shifts over and stays shifted. For me, I feel it too. I mean, I've had I don't know if I've had a million, but I've had probably 10,000 Atlas adjustments. I don't know, certainly 1,000. And yeah, I'm trying to do the math in my head. I'm thinking if we went twice a week or 3 times a week, that'd be 150 per year. Over 10 years, puts me well over 1,000, 1,500. I had a lot of Atlas adjustments, let's put it that way. And I've had a lot fewer occipital adjustments, but you keep that occiput moving, Atlas is going to be happier. Everything is going to be happier. To go with that, first ribs, you docs out there, please check the occiput. Hopefully you got that light bulbs already going on in your head. Don't be afraid. I adjusted one chiropractor in Santa Rosa, came in as a patient while I was covering another chiropractor's practice who broke his ribs. And, he didn't really adjust occiput. It it's the most overlooked joint. Whenever I cover people's practices, I find that all the time. Anyway, this chiropractor lady comes in, she's in her 70s, looking great, and she wants an adjustment, telling me how to adjust her, and telling me how inadequate every chiropractor she's ever seen has been. And I was thinking, okay, she's difficult, but I hung in there, and I tried to do what she wanted me to do, while at the same time getting her where she needed to be, and being objective about it, because I don't give a shit. I'm not afraid to adjust occiput. I told her, hey, your occiput's stuck. I'm going to adjust your occiput. She goes, ooh, scary, right? And she was a little scared. Like, she said it kind of in that sarcastic, facetious tone, but she was a little scared. And she was like kind of open to it because she knew mentally, right? Emotionally, she was there. She was open to it, and she let me do it. But that's the tough part, right? Keeping that window open, being relaxed enough to let it happen, let the doctor be the doctor, right? Be vulnerable, let someone else take over instead of her being the boss. She got to tell me how to adjust her. Anyway, she goes, scary. And I'm like, like, why is that scary? Don't you adjust occiputs all day in your office? Like, no, like almost never. And so doctors are scared. They don't want to make patients sore. They don't want to make them dizzy or throw up. I get it. You make a patient throw up, they're going to not be too happy. They're going to want to come back for more of that. But, hopefully you don't throw up every time. But, I'm thinking to myself, all the back pain, days and sleepless nights and suffering that I've been through, believe me, I've thrown up a lot. Much vomitation, expectoration. Yeah, certainly subluxation, and I had a full-on scoliosis, can affect the stomach, and I've had vomiting attacks after those food poisoned. Absolutely. All right, we're getting off my exit here, so I guess we should probably be wrapping up this rant. Questions, comments, hit me up down below. If your chiropractor is not adjusting your occiput, come see me. All right, I'm here in Santa Cruz, California, like 4 days a week. 3 days a week I'm in Monterey. All right, so it is a vacation hotspot. It is an energy vortex, right? That's why I live here. It's one of the best spots on the planet. Get your butt out here. Come see me. If you can't see me, find a good chiropractor. Maybe someone who does Gonstead. Someone who's not afraid to adjust the occiput. Like I said, headaches, vertigo, dizziness, insomnia, anxiety. These are the kind of clues that dysfunction you're going to see. It could be anything and everything with occiput. So, blame your erectile dysfunction on occiput subluxation. Blame your, plantar fasciitis. I don't know if that's really plausible, but you get the idea. It's a kind of a global thing. So we get dramatic results with that, and I hope you're feeling well. I hope you guys are all making your appointments, coming in regular. Most of my patients don't come in that often, and you know why? Because I adjust their occiput, and I do it on the first visit. I ain't afraid to rock their world. I ain't afraid to free them up in one and done chiropractic. That's the new name of my business, all right? One and done. So all you guys out there, hope you're feeling good. Hope you're sleeping good. If you're not, get your butt in and come see me. And even if you are feeling good, come on in and see me anyway. I really enjoyed that today, checking the guy and then not adjusting him. So I want to do more of that. I mean, not really. I don't want you coming in all the time for nothing. We're going into your chiropractor for nothing. But, basically that guy's coming in 2-3 times a week. I see him clear, and I'm like, let's get him down to once a week, once or twice, whatever. Let's lower the frequency. Not everybody heals. Some people never get better, and they might have to come 2 or 3 times a week for life just to not get worse. Hopefully that's not you, but some people get dramatically better, and then we can get them down to maybe once a month. Who knows? Once a year. If you never had to be adjusted again, and you could just stay calm and relaxed and happy and healthy, subluxation free, good luck with that. It's not as easy as it sounds, but if you could do it, that's the way to live. Certainly you don't want to have to, oh, do I have to go see my chiropractor forever? Once you start, you can never stop. No, that's not true. It's you don't want to stop, right? And you have a stressful life, so you need that to compensate, keep you in the game. It's not like you have to keep coming. No, I don't want my patients to just keep coming for nothing. Heck, if you want to donate money to me, stay home and donate. I'll start a GoFundMe. You know what I mean? Or the other guys. If there are other guys, I don't know. They're all sellouts. Anyway, no digression here. Staying on point. We're going to wrap it. I'm going to give you some peace and love. All right? And a ring dinger. All right, people. We'll see you on the table. Peace.